What's up, guys? It's Lord Both here for another video, and the Chronicles of Narnia film franchise, the new one that's being done by Netflix, is already cooked just looking at the potential casting. This comes to us from MovieWeb, entitled Netflix Narnia reportedly recasting iconic Liam Neeson role with an unexpected Oscar winner. That is quite the spin of a headline when you see what we're talking about here. Greta Gerwig's take on Narnia might have found its replacement for Aslan, previously played by Liam Neeson. Just as a side note here, Liam Neeson, still alive. Could still do the role again, because it's a voice acting role. The magical talking lion will reportedly be getting a major shakeup in the new adaptation. Major shakeup is one of those code phrases in the movie business for completely ruin. This time played by a legendary actress that most fans likely did not expect. And there's a quite clear reason for that, because it says actress. However, if it turns out to be true, it could be pitch perfect casting. Again, for some specific reasons, also not true. According to Nexus Point News, 3-time Oscar winner Meryl Streep is in talks with Netflix and Gerwig to star in Narnia as Aslan. Meryl Streep as Aslan. I don't think I have to be the one to really point this out, but Aslan, the pseudo-Jesus figure of Chronicles of Narnia, because C.S. Lewis was a Christian author and all this is based on allegory for Christianity, Aslan, the lion, the Jesus figure, he's a male lion. He's depicted as a male lion in the movie. And you're going to have a woman voice him. If we're going to do this, at this point, there seriously is no rules anymore. Because now we're even gender swapping the voices of animal characters. At this point, yes, we need a Ryan Gosling Black Panther. Because nothing matters anymore. There's no rules anymore. There's not even rules of the jungle anymore. Anybody can be anything at any time, anywhere. It doesn't make any sense. She joins the likes of Daniel Craig and Charlie XCX, who have been rumored to have major roles in the upcoming 7-film franchise. Yes, Daniel Craig is rumored to be playing the eccentric uncle, star technically of the first book in the series, because Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe is actually the second book in the series. And Charlie XCX, the pop singer, is rumored to be starring as the evil queen, the Snow Queen or Ice Queen or whatever her name was. The villain of Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe is going to a pop star who's never really had a major acting gig before, and now may play a very recognizable role played by Tilda Swinton in the original movies. It's almost like Greta Gerwig was seeing the casting for the Harry Potter series and was like, nah, we can do worse. Of course, Netflix has yet to confirm any casting for Chronicles of Narnia reboot, but as talks continue to surface in reports, an official announcement could arrive sooner rather than later. Streep joining the cast of Narnia would mark her biggest movie role since 2021's Don't Look Up, which coincidentally came from Netflix as well. By the way, Don't Look Up, terrible movie. Hated it. It's nihilistic, it's anti-human, and the jokes, quite honestly, aren't that funny. For now, the rumored cast of Narnia includes Meryl Streep, Daniel Craig, and Charlie XCX. The main characters, Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy, have not been cast yet, but there is a chance that Netflix is borrowing a page out of HBO's book for their Harry Potter reboot. Yeah, we just said that. And looking for unknown actors for the lead roles. And considering that it's Netflix, they're probably going to make Peter black, Susan Latina, Edmund they'll keep as white because he's the brother that messes up the most, and Lucy they'll probably make Asian. And then they'll try to tell us that they're all related to each other. See, that's the thing with these reboots, man. They don't quite understand. If you don't get the casting right, if the characters don't resemble what they're supposed to be in the book, and how they're supposed to look like in the book, at the very base level, like having a man voice the male lion that is an integral part of the story, then this thing isn't going to leave the launch pad. This is the same problem that initially Snow White ran into. It's the same problem that the Harry Potter series is going to run straight into. By the way, again, this movie is supposed to have a 7-film franchise for Netflix. I highly doubt they're going to get all those. And if they do get all those, they're not going to be very big budget, especially after the first one. Because if there's anything we've learned about Netflix, it's that they do not like to waste money on things that clearly aren't working and people are not tuning into. Also, I like to point out the fact that Meryl Streep, 75 years old, and Aslan, while integral to the plot of the whole series, after Lion the Witch in the Wardrobe, kinda pops in here and there and isn't really a major featured character to, I think, like the last book. It's been quite a while since I've read them. The point is this is a bit of the Jonathan Lithgow problem. Can Meryl Streep really hang in there to do a 7-film franchise that may take double that amount of time in years to make? And to be honest, even with all the disputing between Greta Gerwig and Netflix, I'm not even sure Gerwig will be around for all 7 projects. I wouldn't be surprised that if this project continues beyond, say, I don't know, the 3rd movie, if somebody else isn't at the helm of this thing. Anyway, I foresee this being a complete messy disaster for Netflix. They're taking this in the completely wrong direction, and I would be very surprised if people tune in for all this and it actually goes those whole 7 films. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go and leave them in the comments. If you like this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you watching all of it. We'll talk to you again later.